Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. You're a finished club. Time to wake up. Your fans are absolutely embarrassing. 1 minute you're world champions, the next minute you've beat Arsenal 1-1, and then you can't beat Leeds and Bournemouth twice, and then all of a sudden it's gone to pot. Maresca has been sacked, it seems. And who is going to be replacing him? Not a Luis Enrique, not Tuchel or Conte back, not Mourinho. It looks to be Liam Rossignol over at Strasbourg, who's supposed to be highly rated and the next best thing, just like Maresca was supposed to be. I don't understand this football club. And trust me, it's funny. I talk from an Arsenal perspective. It's brilliant. I hope long may it continue. But I would fear big time if I was a Chelsea fan. I'd be crying for this ownership to be replaced and get out. Because it doesn't matter how much money you're spending. You have to be competing at the top when you're spending that dollar. And the squad they've assembled and the way they operate, they're never going to win major honours. They will win conference leagues. Only West Ham have celebrated that so far, by the way. That shows you where the standards have fallen. And they can win at summer school in the Audi Cup equivalent. No, we won't say that. It is a good competition. Everyone wanted to win. But that, for me, papered over so many cracks. Their summer was a joke. Let's be real. And when you've assembled the best part of 1.5 to 2 billion pounds into a squad, and there's only 4 players that you think are top, Reece James, Cucurella, Caicedo, and Palmer, something's gone wrong. When you've got an attack of João Pedro and Liam Delap, with Jamie Gittins and Garnacho, with players who I've not really even heard of coming on at times, being backed up over the years, with a starting 11 which consists of Sanchez in goal, Tosin and Chalobah at the back, you really do have to ask yourself, where has the money gone? And I speak as an Arsenal fan who's frustrated at the moment, who people watching this as a Chelsea fan will get rattled and say, what have you won? But actually, I think we've won a domestic cup more recently than them. They're turning into a Tottenham Hotspur and an Arsenal. And I did say that they were the Blue Arsenal. And what will happen is they will actually go down the route that we went with under Arsene Wenger, where we won cups and it papered over cracks and it was like fine. We didn't really ever compete and we weren't ever going to compete. And I think that's what Chelsea are at right now, where we were back then, where we needed to start again and try and get to a level where we're competing, which we've done now. Now, we still have to get across the line, Arsenal, but this isn't about Arsenal. This is about Chelsea. And I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, wow, they are miles off it. I mean, seriously, miles off it. And people will say they'll probably win something before Arteta. Well, they already have. Are they happy? No, because he's been sacked. So I've always said this and I've maintained this. Football's about winning trophies. But alongside winning trophies, you have to compete at the top in the league. You have to. Otherwise, Ange would still be here at Tottenham. Ten Hag would still have stayed at Manchester United. Eddie Howe wouldn't be under pressure at Newcastle. All the managers that have won stuff in the last few years, they've all been removed because they weren't able to compete at the top in the Premier League. Maresca is just another casualty added to that list of Ten Hags and Ange Postecoglou's. Eddie Howe might be the next one to go at Newcastle. Why? He won a trophy. Because he's not good doing what he needs to be doing in the league. That is what needs to happen. So both things are right. When people say to me, should Arsenal be winning trophies? The answer is absolutely yes. But on top of the caveat to that is, but we also have to compete and win the Premier League. It's not come 7th and win a trophy and happy days. Everyone's more than happy with that because they're not, because all of the managers have been removed for coming 7th in the league in the first place. Or, in Ange Postecoglou's case, 17th. But Chelsea, I truly worry that they're going to go down the route of what Arsenal did. And let me explain what that was. Putting together a young team, assembling 4, 5, 6 players that are top level, like a Fabregas, like a Robin van Persie, but trying to add to that a Denilson and a Philippe Senderos and a Johan Giroud, trying to win with Alex Iwobi and Hector Bellerin. That's what Chelsea are trying to do right now, very similarly to what we did. They've got their Caicedo and their Palmer. But what happens in a couple of years is Caicedo and Palmer want to leave and Real Madrid come in for them. Or maybe even Arsenal, Man City come in for them. Or maybe there's a club, PSG or Bayern Munich, that come in for them and they go. And then Chelsea are left with Lavia's trying to stay fit and Andre Santos still trying to get a run of games as their first starters. And that is not how top teams, elite teams operate. They keep their players because they want to stay because they're winning things. And I don't think Chelsea are going to be able to keep their players happy. They'll be able to keep Garnacho happy and they'll be able to keep João Pedro happy and they'll be able to keep maybe the likes of Levi Colwell happy, but they won't be able to keep the likes of Palmer and Caicedo happy at all. Chelsea replacing Maresca with Liam Rosinia is just crazy in my opinion. Chelsea now need to look at things differently as an ownership. They need to operate completely differently. They've got enough 23-year-olds. They've got enough 18-year-olds coming through. Leave that. The future is bright in terms of player quality. But go and get win now players. Go and get the striker that is a Victor Osimhen. Go and get the left winger that is somebody ready right now. Maybe it was if it can't be a Semenyo, maybe it has to be a Rafael Leao. Go and get a central midfielder that you believe is better than hoping that Lavia is going to stay fit. Go and get a centre-half partnership that's Bastoni and Mark Guehi. Go and get a proper goalkeeper. Why are Chelsea doing the bare minimum when it comes to recruitment? It's bizarre. It's like their level of player is the bare minimum. Oh, he's the best we can get. It's mad. You're Chelsea. You're not West Brom. It's not get the youngster in who might one day be good to keep us up. Chelsea need to win now. I would say Chelsea are probably 5 or 6 players away in their first team from being a really good side. Go and get a top goalkeeper. Go and get a centre-half pairing to add to Reece James and Cucurella. Get your midfield trio, whether it be Enzo, Caicedo and Palmer or whatever it be. And then actually go and look at your front line. Go and get a proper couple of wingers who are ready, who are lethal. And go and get a striker that can actually live up to what Drogba and Costa have done winning trophies for Chelsea. Because when I look at Chelsea, and when I think of Chelsea, I think of Petr Cech, I think of John Terry, I think of Frank Lampard, I think of Kante, I think of Drogba, I think of Hazard. I don't think of the players they've got now. I just don't. So I think Chelsea are in trouble. I think they're going to lose some of their top players if this continues. Replacing Maresca with Liam Rosinia is just going to do nothing for me. I truly believe Chelsea will struggle to get into the Champions League now. I think they probably will still come 4th or 5th, but if I had to hazard a guess and put money on it, I don't think I would be, because I have no idea if they're more consistent or better than Manchester United. I don't know if they're going to be better than Newcastle come May. I don't know if they're going to be ahead of the likes of some of the other teams in and around them. I just don't. It might be that someone sneaks in this year. Maybe a Crystal Palace, Sunderland, maybe a Brighton. Maybe someone does it, because right now the teams are in and around each other and they're trying to work out who can be the worst. So Chelsea, I did try and say, the Club World Cup papered over cracks for a lot of people, including myself. I thought, well, that's a competition that everyone takes seriously in the summer. They've won it. Maybe they can push on now. That worries me. It genuinely worried me when they won that. But then reality sinks in, doesn't it? And you think, actually, yeah, the reason they won that is because it was a summer trophy that most people were resting, most people were knackered from. And really and truly, Chelsea had the whole season playing in the Conference League. And that was it. So really, they were fresher than PSG. And they're like, I think they got all the Brazilian teams as well in that competition. So really, when you delve in deep, it weren't that impressive. But a trophy's a trophy, and you have to respect that. But that did paper over a hell of a lot of cracks, including rival fans who were all putting them second and third. And I think I had them 4th. I remember my top 4 before a ball was kicked was Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea. That was my top 4. Liverpool have gone to pot. Chelsea have gone to pot. Arsenal and City look like they're in for a title race. Everyone else is failing to get near it. But Chelsea right now, when you look at the money they've spent, they should be going for the title. They should be winning trophies every year. It's a complete and utter failure. And in my opinion, it's the biggest crime in football that you could spend near and close to £2 billion and put that squad together. Where has the money gone? If you look at it right, that is the equivalent of saying, I need you, Dan, to build me a top side, an 11 that everyone's scared of. Okay, how much money have I got? between 1.5 and 2 billion. Now, I would argue that I'd have looked at the squad that they would have given me and gone, well, I don't really rate half of them. But I tell you what I'll do. I'll keep 10 of them, sell the rest, keep 10 players that can be squad players, and I will have between 100 and 200 million per position to spend. Per position. So I would go up to Thibaut Courtois. Here's 100 million. No, we're not accepting that. Here's 150 million. Oh, blimey. Okay, we will. That's one position done. I'd go up to Hakimi and say, here's 100 million. No, we want 200. Okay, there's 200. There's your right back. You could go up to any single team, player, club and say, I want your player. And I'm going to give you up to 200 million for him. In every position. And you would have a squad of 21 players that can go and win the title. If you want to build a best 11, you could do that. What Chelsea have done is they've taken Caicedo for 105, 115 million, Enzo for 115, Palmer for 40 million, who's their best signing by far, kept Reece James, spent loads of money on Cucurella, and then what they've done is instead of going, right, this is what we need, 6 or 7 more of them, they've gone, right, stop, everyone else needs to be under 23. Oh, but they won't be ready. No, that's our model. What are they doing? If they would have kept going and gone and got another centre half, somebody like Mike Gahey, who knows the club well, maybe they go and get up front Victor Osimhen, put in money for Kvaratskhelia when he went to PSG, go and get a right winger that everybody looks at and goes, scary, not just Esteval 18, someone on top of him. Then you go and look at a proper centre-half John Terry replacement, not Levi Colwell. Go and get your goalkeeper, whether it's Costa, whether it's Mannion, whether it's someone from the Premier League. There's enough goalkeepers in the Premier League people rate. They haven't done that, have they? It's a worry. Where did Chelsea go from here, people? Let me know in the comments section. Where are they finishing? Let me know, and I will see you on the next one. Hit like, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. And again, Happy New Year, people.